Jack is described by those who've seen him as having a terrifying appearance, with a diabolical face, clawed hands, and eyes resembling a red ball of fire.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Drip Podcast. It's me, Lozzie, Scott, and Maya, because Bailey has joined the other realm.
Oh.
And so, Scott, what the fuck just happened?
Oh. I'm trying to change my light. 1 second.
Scott's bleached out.
No, you missed it.
Out.
You had your eyes closed when it happened. You just went, Bailey has joined the other realm, and Scott's screen just turned black.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Bailey's not actually dead. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry, everyone.
That's not the first time.
How many times have you claimed that he's died?
Yeah.
A few times. I might name this podcast Bailey is Dead.
For real.
For real
Clickbait.
this time, not clickbait.
Not
And then
clickbait.
46 seconds in, they're going to be like, you fucking... you bastard.
Punch in the air.
Look, cough.
Oh, he's ill.
I am. I'm run down, but I'm tush from all the running I've been doing.
You can't but before the joke.
That's it. I've been running 28 miles in 28 days for Alzheimer's research. It's been great. I've got 2.8 miles left, I think.
Mm-hmm. Finishes this Friday.
Yeah, 3 days to do
Donations are still open.
They are. They're open until the 10th of March. So, yeah, which is nice. But I've already smashed the goal. Last time I looked, it was 280 out of 250, which is nice. So thank you to everyone who's donated. How's everyone doing? We're going to be talking about cryptids, by the way. Of the southwest or northwest?
Northwest
cryptids. But first, how is everyone doing? Lozzie, how you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, mate. I'm doing better than Bailey. So.
This is it. This is it. Will we ever see him again? I don't know. We will.
You have to tune in next week.
Find out. Find out next week.
Let's keep him hooked.
That's it. Is Bailey dead? Find out next week. Imagine if he actually died between now and next. That'd be awful.
I know.
Still put this out there, wouldn't you?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
it would all. Right, hang on. We're filming this. We're a little bit behind. We're filming this the night before it goes out. So
I don't know why you're saying it like that's not what we do every week.
We need to get ahead again. The
problem is when we get ahead, we then go, we can take a week off now.
Also, if we get ahead, we miss out on relevant, up-to-date,
True.
Information.
Banter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Memes.
Yeah. Dank memes and such. No, it's fair.
Memes.
So, Lozzie, you're hanging in there, yeah?
Just about, yeah.
That's good news. Anything paranormal happened to you?
Funny enough, no. I haven't yet been swayed by any experience that I've had.
I'm kind of glad, because I'd be livid if that happened off camera.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you turned up tomorrow like, it's happened, I'm kicking off.
I'm a believer. The whole premise of our investigations is kind of over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would tank the investigations pretty much from my perspective.
You're just too scared to go on them all of a sudden.
I don't want to go anymore.
You've seen the other side. You've seen the demons. Scott, how are you?
I am good, yeah. I got back this weekend, yesterday, from a concert in Birmingham.
Nice.
So that's been my last week since the last pod, essentially.
Mr. Worldwide.
Nice.
That's it.
Is Scott.
Excellent.
Talking of Mr. Worldwide, played at the O2 this weekend. No one told me. Not one of you.
What,
Not
Pitbull?
one of you. Yeah.
Pitbull?
Yeah. Was
Where's he gone?
fucking same. I honestly, and not only did he perform, right? I'm livid, right? So this is what we're going to talk about for the next 15 minutes. Not only did he perform, the entire audience dressed up as Pitbull.
That's where Bailey is.
That's it.
We found. I'm so.
Rename the podcast. Doody Rhino investigates Pitbull.
I'm just trying to say no. I've tried to bring it back to paranormal. I googled Pitbull rapper into the paranormal, and the first thing that's come up is a Reddit thread from 12 years ago that says, "Does anyone else hate Pitbull?" So,
what is there? No comments.
That was my post.
How can you hate Pitbull? He's unreal.
I totally forgot he existed, to be honest. So that's
when I was like 18, 19, I went to see Britney at the O2, and Pitbull was her support act.
Jesus.
I may as well have left after Pitbull.
That feels
the
like
best thing I've ever seen.
It's such a weird pairing.
I know, it was such an odd gig, but I was going crazy during Pitbull. Britney was fantastic. Obviously, she's Britney, but...
It's Britney, bitch.
Pitbull.
Next time Pitbull tours Maya, we're going.
Yeah, 100%. Someone just needs to tell me.
There you go.
How did I not know? I've signed up for his tour alerts.
Yeah, next time Pitbull's touring, put it in the comments. Cheers.
Please. In the comments, would you go to Pitbull? Let us know.
Did anyone go?
If anyone go?
Did, why didn't you tell me?
So other than your fury for Pitbull, Maya, how are you?
That's about it, really.
Fair play.
That's all my week has consisted of so far. But no, got not much to report. Went Cambridge this weekend. That was fun.
You did.
Cambridge is lovely. I've never been before.
You've
even
never
though
been
it's
to
only
Cambridge?
An hour. I know. Isn't that crazy?
Jesus.
Oh, I know. It's bloody lovely.
Mad.
Very miserable people in all the places that we went, though.
Oh. It's like
very rude.
A nice London, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I was like, can I have an Aperol Spritz? She was like, what's that? And I was like, it's a cocktail. It's on your menu. And she was like, oh, an Aperol Spritz. I was like, what did you think I said? Well, it doesn't sound close to any other words.
And it does sound close to Aperol Spritz.
Yeah, that you sell because it's one of the 6 cocktails that you sell at this fine establishment.
Do you think like they just get bored and just want to fuck with people?
Definitely. Sorry, what?
Do you want... Can I have a Jack Daniels and Coke, please? Sorry, a what?
Who's Jack Daniels?
Who's what? We don't have that. You don't have Jack Daniels.
People, sir.
Yeah.
There's no one here that works. There's no one that works here called Jack Daniels.
And we don't do drugs either, so...
Before you ask.
Yeah. No, Jack Daniels. Imagine that you order Jack Daniels and a Coke and fucking you just get a shot of Jack Daniels and they just fucking start racking a line. Like,
a man called Jack Daniels racking you a line.
Turns up and just opens up his pocket and pulls out a baggie. There you go.
Hi, Jack. Thanks, Jack.
Now, I know, obviously, drug talk is terrible, so apologies to anyone that doesn't like this sort of talk. But if your name is Jack Daniels and you haven't taken a picture or at least made the joke of Jack Daniels and cocaine, what are you? What a waste of a name.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we're not going to do that, at least stand there with a bottle of Coca-Cola. Oh, here's Jack Daniels and Coke.
No,
got to be the Halloween costume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every year.
That's cheap. That's a cheap costume.
No, it's just a bottle of Coke and a dude called Jack Daniels just walking around. I'm JD and Coke.
That's a budget friendly.
Having to hold up his driving license the entire time so people get the reference.
That's it. The sick bastard stands there with a Pepsi.
Oh.
Is Pepsi alright? No, it's fucking not.
Oh, that's it. But anyway, we're here to talk about fucking ghosts and shit. That's what the people want. People at home, is that what you want? Let us know in the comments. You know, it makes sense. You know, it makes sense. Mike's got a Stanley Cup.
That's
I'm about to pass out from exhaustion.
Look, it's the most expensive thing that I own.
Jesus.
It's an interesting cup because it's like, it's a cup, but then you can also use it as a weapon.
Oh, yeah.
You twatted someone around the head with that, mate.
I know, they're dead.
Didn't that brand gain its popularity purely through it surviving a fire in a car?
Oh yeah. And the drink inside was still cold.
Yeah.
No way.
There you go.
Unreal. You know the law. The Stanley Cup law.
There you go. Get yourself a Stanley Cup. Use code DRIP49. 49% off.
49% off. That's a great
That's
code.
right.
Drip
That means
nothing off.
Yeah,
Drip
that doesn't
49.
exist.
49% off. That means you could get a Stanley Cup for the small cost of £3,000.
Yeah, they are a bit pricey.
I mean, if enough of you use the code on their website, they might clock on.
Exactly.
There you go. That's it. Right. Go on, Scott. Take it away.
Okay.
Cryptids.
So, we did the Southwest last time, and we've now got the Northwest. I picked it at random, and there's not actually as many cryptids in the Northwest as I was expecting there to be. But here is what I managed to find.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with Springheel Jack. Now, has anyone heard of Springheel Jack?
No.
You haven't?
Spring?
You've never heard of Springheel Jack?
No.
I can't tell if you're having me on.
I'm being deadly serious. You never played Time Splitters 3?
Not even heard of it.
Future Perfect. What? You can't remember Time Splitters 2?
I can't remember 3. You said 3.
Yeah, 3, yeah.
You can't remember the first one? That's not what you asked.
Listen, number 1 was weak. Number 2, goated. Time Splitters 3, Future... Is it Future Perfect? I'm pretty sure it's Time Splitters 3, Future Perfect. Goated. And there's someone in it. Cool. Anyway.
So...
How the fuck have you not heard of Springheel Jack?
That is actually...
We're here to learn.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Would this be a fun podcast if we all just knew who Springheel Jack was? No.
I guess not. And if you're at home and you don't know, listen, I'm not passing like this vitriolic judgment onto you, just to Lozzie and Maya, all right?
There you go.
If you don't know who he is, put in the comments, all my homies hate Springheel Jack.
Nice.
And then we'll know that you're part of my and Lozzie's gang.
There you go.
Okay,
Right.
So Springheel Jack. Generally, Springheel Jack's associated with London, and that's where he's most prominently known. But Springheel Jack is a Victorian folklore entity that was first seen in 1837
In Northwest America.
in London.
The Northwest.
The
England.
northwest of England.
Oh, I thought we were doing America.
I mean, London's not northwest, but
But yeah, so
We'll
he
get there
started.
in
He
June.
started
I was like,
in
how did he
London.
get there?
So
He jumped.
spoilers.
Springheel Jack.
Yeah.
So Jack is described by those who've seen him as having a terrifying appearance, with a diabolical face,
Yeah.
clawed hands, and eyes resembling a red ball of fire. One report claims that Jack wore a black cloak,
Yeah.
under which he wore a helmet with horns, and a tight white garment made that noise,
Yeah.
and was also described as having a tight white plasticky garment on, somewhat similar to a morph suit, but in the 1830s.
Yeah.
Often
Gimp suit.
described... it's a possibility. Often described as being devil-like, Jack could also allegedly breathe blue and white flames. And one of the earliest sightings of Jack was from
There's so many
1837.
things going on right now.
Yeah.
There's so many.
He's a man of many talents.
Did you do a full video on Springheel Jack, Jordan?
I've covered him for
definitely
sure.
spoke about him in the past.
Yeah. I think he come up in a few videos.
Me and Lozzie missed them once.
For sure. I've never heard of this dude.
He sort of looked like a bit of a Waluigi motherfucker.
Weirdly accurate, actually. I never thought of that.
Yeah, I ain't Googled it either. That's just from memory.
Yeah. 1837 was one of the first sightings when a girl named Mary Stevens was walking through London at night, and a strange figure leapt at her from a dark alley.
See?
He immobilized her with a tight grip of his arms and began to kiss her face. He ripped her clothes and touched her flesh with his metallic claws, which were, according to her deposition, cold and clammy as those of a corpse. Just, not a nice thing to have grabbing you, I suppose.
No?
Not ideal, Scott.
No, not ideal. The figure then fled when Mary screamed, and his attempt at fleeing involved jumping directly over a 9-foot-high wall.
Spring in his heel. Springheel Jack, if you will.
There you go.
His general motive seemed to involve, or his general MO, kind of what he was well known for, was jumping in front of moving horse and carts.
No cars
So,
back then,
like,
by the way, guys.
From the top of a building. He would jump off the roof of a building, land in front of a horse and cart, which would then swerve off the road and crash, potentially injuring people. And then he would be seen escaping, jumping over a 9-foot-high wall. 9-foot-high walls are very common.
He would only attack if there was a nearby 9-foot-high wall to jump over.
My guess is he could jump over. I don't know what his max height is. I don't know if 9 foot's like his, anything higher than that he can't do. But yeah, jumping over a 9-foot-high wall with a cackling and high-pitched ringing laughter as he ran away.
Yeah.
I
mean,
do it.
The crazy thing about him is, he's known for being able to jump high, which obviously is cool. But he can also breathe fire, and no one really, he's not blue fire breathing Jack. He's Springheel Jack.
I'd argue, the fire breathing to me is more of a interesting point. Like jumping is great, but if someone
I don't know if. Sorry to interrupt. I don't know if I just missed something from that. But did he only just jump in front of horse and carts to inconvenience them?
to injure the people in them.
Ah, right. Okay. So he jumped in front of it, they'd swerve, go into a ditch,
From what
and then he'd just fuck off.
From what I could find,
See?
from what I could find, he had nefarious plans. But every time he caused the horse and cart to crash, there obviously a lot of noise would happen, so people would come out and then he'd have to run away.
I'll tell you who this guy is, right? Hang on, let me just mute my mic. Because I need to cough. I'm gonna tell you who he is. Muted. Hang on 1 second. You probably
Did
still
you
hear
hear him
that.
through
My fuck's sake.
Did you hear the fart? No, I'm joking.
Does anyone remember? And this is one for the older generations. Wacky Races.
I do. Yes.
Dick Dastardly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. He would always. He had malicious plans, nefarious plans, but he was always scuppered at the last moment. And that sounds a bit like Springheel Jack, but he just didn't have fucking Muttley coming around with him, just going. Or however Muttley fucking laughed.
That's pretty accurate.
Thanks. There was one episode of Wacky Races, right? Because Dick Dastardly, he always wanted to win, but never could, right? And there was one where he literally stopped just before the finish line to fuck someone else over. He could have won, and he ended up losing. So, mate, just drive over the fucking line, you twat.
That's it. If that's not a lesson, I don't know what it is.
Exactly.
Back when kids shows had meaning.
Focus on yourself and win.
So Springheel Jack
Melon.
also kind of ran around London, terrorising women, kind of following them from the rooftops while jumping building to building. Generally just being a bit of a pain. I think is an accurate way to describe it.
Stalking women, being a pain.
Stalking an assaulting woman. What a rascal.
Pain in the ass.
Absolutely. Society.
What a silly little goose.
Little rascal.
Scallywag.
So that was in
A rapscallion.
So that was in the 1830s. Oh, he would also breed
So rag.
his...
Rapscallion is so funny.
Oh, dear. Away.
Why do we not use words like that anymore? It's so sad.
You bloody rapscallion.
You bloody nincompoop.
Nincompoop. Oh.
Scallywag. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to tell me words like scallywag.
Yes. He would also use
I'm going to use them throughout the podcast.
Nice.
He uses fiery breath to incapacitate people by blowing it straight into their face, which would essentially cause them to become blinded.
Excellent.
Capacitate.
And to then...
Yeah, maim.
to then, fall to the ground and, in one woman's case, have what went on to be a 7-hour fit because of the fumes.
I think this is the
I don't
perfect
think
time.
I don't think it was the fireball. I think it was the fumes specifically from that, the sulfuric kind of.
Don't worry about the flames. Worry about the sulfuric fumes. That's what gets you.
What a scoundrel.
Nice.
Classic.
I've also said my favourite one. I'm going to say it now. Shenaniganizer.
Ooh,
Shenaniganizer. I've
That's
never heard
cool.
that before.
I like that.
An organizer of shenanigans.
A wastrel.
A wastrel. A weasel.
A varlet.
Jesus. So, sulfuric.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, 1837 is when he was in London. If we move towards the end of the 19th century, we get to 1888, where Springheel Jack was then sighted in the Everton region of North Liverpool.
Goodison Park.
Allegedly, he was originally seen standing on the rooftop of the St. Francis Xavier Church, and by 1904, Springheel Jack had been seen numerous times stalking nearby streets.
Jumped all the way from London to Liverpool. That's pretty
It's
nuts.
a trek.
That is a fucking...
It's a
especially
couple of
back then.
jumps for him.
Well, this is it.
So, leading theories for Springheel Jack include that he was a case of mass hysteria. I don't really understand that one and why loads of people around London would be hallucinating a guy with metal claws jumping building to building.
The plague.
What year was Jack the Ripper?
Oh my god, conspiracy theory, they're the same person.
Well, we all know who
Jack the Ripper
is.
was 1888.
There you go.
When you
Mass
said that was a good year
hysteria.
early.
Oh, no, they were seeing him a year before, weren't they?
So London was seeing him in 1830s. So, but he was in Liverpool.
Close.
In 1888.
I mean, he could have, finished being Jack the Ripper, then gone to Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So, yeah, the leading theory is that he was a case of mass hysteria. Another theory is that he was an extraterrestrial who got stranded on Earth and was using his strange powers to basically do what he wanted.
Legend.
Yeah. Scott, sorry to do a tangent. Why the fuck does your camera focus in and out?
I don't know.
Can you not turn the autofocus off?
Not mid-pod.
Okay.
I need to do it while the camera is turned off, which...
That's it.
Yeah, not
I was
ideal.
just checking.
Yeah, it's really annoying. It's got a really annoying autofocus. Every time I move my head, it just pulsates.
Yeah. But that's Springheel Jack of webcams.
And the other theory for Springheel Jack is that he was a demon that was accidentally summoned into this world by occult practitioners who didn't know what they were doing.
Wow.
Like us.
Us. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I like. If we do die on an investigation, sorry everyone. If we do die on an investigation, I do hope it's like we accidentally summoned like fucking Lucifer to just take the whole planet with us. Like, sorry, we thought it'd be funny.
Oops.
Proved it exists though. That's cool, right? Just as everyone is burning in eternal damnation on Earth.
Damnation.
My bad.
Damnation.
Oh, sick. Get your damnation stickers. Go over to the Patreon. Free sticker. Free damnation sticker. Damnation shirt's coming soon.
So that was Springheel Jack. What do we think?
Yeah,
Nice.
I love Springheel Jack, as you might be able to tell.
And
She really had never heard of Springheel Jack.
No.
That's mental.
Considering the rap sheet that this guy's got.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I mean, if I'd known that you hadn't heard him, I'd have probably given a more full history, but I
I
kind of
think
assumed
that was-
everyone would have.
That was
Bloody
thorough.
Rapscallion.
You know what happens when you assume, Scott?
You make an ass of you and me
And Lozzie.
Absolutely.
and Lozzie.
That's it.
So the
Yes,
And
next,
the audience.
That's it.
yeah, true.
You
The next
rapscallion.
If you don't use that for the next month straight, I'm going to be
I'm
disappointed.
going. It's my new personality.
Good. The next cryptid of the northwest is
Of England.
of England is the Boggathole Clough.
Out of this one,
sorry,
Jordan?
the
I
Boggart
haven't.
of Boggathole Clough.
Who's in
Bollocks.
time split? It's 2, you twat.
So
Fuck's
this cryptid is located just 3 miles north of the city of Blackley, which is on the outskirts of Manchester. And this area, Boggathole Clough, is a beautiful, that doesn't make sense, it's a beautiful woodland
Nice.
area known as Boggathole Clough.
I'm sorry,
Um,
but somewhere called Boggart Hole is not a beautiful town, is it?
Yeah, I
Let's
know.
be realistic. Boggart Hole.
Boggathole Clough is roughly 170 acres of dense woodland. And within that woodland, there are several cloughs. A clough is the local vocabulary for a steep-sided ravine. So basically just a big ditch.
Cool.
Since when have Manchester got their own language?
Ah, well, they all try up there, don't they?
I think it stems from...
Scout's not English.
That's Liverpool. But...
That's Liverpool.
No, I know, but we were just talking about
my
Liverpool.
God,
Okay,
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
And they're all up there, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all northwest. Lump 'em under one.
Contributing to the north-south divide there, Maya. Thank you.
No,
so
we're not south.
We are
much. What the
classed as
fuck
south.
are we? Yeah, anything
Depends what-
south,
Nah.
anything south of Kings Lynn, mate.
Yeah, we're not south of Kings Lynn.
Of course we are.
Yeah, we
We're
are.
like,
Well, we're below it, is what I mean.
Yeah, you are south of it.
Yeah.
boo.
Just.
What are you
Let's
booing? Are you
move-
booing us, or are you booing the fact that we are south of...
I don't want to be south. I want to be either. We're east. See, look at that. Let's move to like Sheringham, and then we'll be all right.
That's it.
There you go.
So,
Move to Skegness.
oof, what a
Oh,
place.
Skeggy.
Butlins.
That's it.
So, Boggathole Clough is a Bronze Age forest that has a loaded supernatural history.
No.
The most famous entity in this forest is the Boggart. The Boggart's described as a goblin-like creature that originates in Lancashire folklore, and Boggarts have the strange ability to make objects disappear, make dogs unable to walk, and also the ability to turn milk sour.
Oh, that's just wrong.
So they can
They're all just out of order, really.
make objects disappear,
Mm-hmm.
Annoying.
sour milk,
Mm-hmm.
and paralyze dogs.
Yeah.
Who
what
the
a collective.
Yeah, what the
bunch
fuck?
of powers.
Can you imagine that's your superhero? That's your power. You can just paralyze dogs. That's
Innit?
sad, isn't it?
Yeah. So the
Jesus
Boggathole
Christ.
Clough is said to inhabit the ruins of an old farmhouse, which was left to crumble in the woods and is now mostly buried within the foliage.
Our food's here.
Our food is here, but continue, Scott.
I'll be back.
Most interestingly, though, Boggarts are said to have a strange connection to children, and there are allegedly numerous missing children cases from
Oh, jeez.
around the Clough over the past 100 years. I haven't managed to find any. I did look. I found one, and they found the child. So
Oh, that's a relief.
yeah,
Fucking hell.
I couldn't find the numerous ones that they spoke about on several articles. In folklore, Boggarts are they vary a lot in description, with with some being relatively human, however very ugly and with
Yeah.
beastly traits, and others being described as almost entirely beast-like. Some other Boggarts have been described as being the size of a calf with long shaggy hair and eyes like saucers, and others being
Jeez.
described as looking like a huge horse, which could just be a huge horse. there's
I
always
mean,
there's always the
Entirely
possibility.
plausible. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but aren't Boggarts in Harry Potter?
Yes, I have mentioned that on the next page.
Ah, speaking out of your PowerPoint.
One Boggart. How did you know it was a PowerPoint?
It's always a PowerPoint.
It's always a PowerPoint. Yeah, true. One Boggart from Lancashire was also said to be able to take the form of a variety of different animals, essentially making it a shapeshifter. And another, which is called Ode Hob, is described as the leader of Boggarts in Lancashire and is said to match the description of a devil with horns, hooves, and a tail. Boggarts have found fame in recent years due to the shape-shifting creature in Harry Potter,
Oh, that's a Boggart.
which is able to change into the viewer's worst fear, and lives in a closet or
Yeah.
wardrobe. However, this description doesn't seem to match the majority of folklore descriptions of boggarts. Generally, that isn't what they do.
Mm.
They're not like little weird shapeshifters that live in a cupboard.
Right.
And they're also known by a number of other names. So boggarts also go by boggards, baggards, boggarts, boggarts, boggards, boggards, boggarts, boogarts, boogards, boogarts, and also bugs.
So
And
basically just all the different variations of how to pronounce that word.
what colour's your bouquet?
Right.
Andrew Tate is a boggart.
Oof.
My worst fucking nightmare, that's for sure.
Generally, the name.
Yeah, but what colour's your bouquet? Shut up.
The name stems from the Old English word bug, meaning monster or spirit.
Nice. A
So
boggart.
that's the
I like
boggart.
the idea of him being a little goblin.
Yeah,
I like goblins. They're funny.
yeah.
I agree.
And then I've
Not
got one
so
more
much the
very-
child kidnapping, though.
Well, yeah.
Well, listen.
part of the fun,
you
isn't it?
know, we all have flaws.
The defence of the boggarts. I give you Jordan Hopes.
Yeah. Listen, just don't leave your kids or your dogs around them. Or
Or
any
your milk.
objects.
It's
or
actually
milk.
your fault as a parent.
That's it.
That's victim blame.
Who leaves their kids with a fucking goblin?
I mean, weirdly, Boggathole Clough, known for its boggart infestation, also has a child's playground and a couple of tennis courts in it that have been built in recent years. So
Jesus.
obviously,
Just fucking
you can't blame the
deliver 'em.
boggart at this point. is what I'm
Deliver 'em
saying.
to the
Exactly.
fucking nonces.
Innit?
That's unfounded. Now I take that back. Boggarts might not be nonces.
What are they stealing kids for, Jordan?
Hopefully not that.
What's
They
it?
might just want to eat them.
Are they like little
Ah.
Michael Jackson just want to be friends with him?
Hey, let's not go down that route, okay? Dirty Diana is a bop. We're not going to get
It's
into the
just not.
politics.
I'm gonna get into the politics, and I think that
Oh,
it's music shit.
that's
That's my
it. I
political
just want-
opinion.
Whoa.
You didn't just say Michael. He's a fucking. Oh my god, he's a generational talent.
So overrated.
Oh my.
Have you not heard Pitbull?
Fucking hell. Oh, damn. Just a war word.
I saw, came, and conquered.
Not even
Oh,
gonna
should I
warrant
say I
that,
saw,
not-
conquered, I came?
I'm not even going to warrant that
There
with a
it
fucking
is.
response.
Bars. Michael Jackson could never, and Pitbull doesn't like to hang out with
Just
kids.
keep in mind they do have a collab together.
What?
It's the Pitbull remix of Michael Jackson's "Bad."
There you go.
I'm guessing they called it good, because that's what it would be.
Right.
Right, one more very quick one.
Nice.
That's
We've
it.
got the
Food's been
Hagworm.
cold. Scott, don't worry about it. No, I'm joking. We're here for a fucking long time, not a good time. Come on.
That's it.
Found between the borders of Lancashire and Cumbria, Hag's Wood hides an interesting secret. That of
Wait.
the hagworm.
Oh, okay. I was going to guess. I was going to be
Is
wrong.
it like them worms in June?
Not quite. According to legend, hagworms are worms or serpents that live in these dense woods and are said to be large enough to swallow birds whole.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
whoa. Like, because you got
Yeah.
a crow and you got a blue tit. Difference in sizes. Got a
Yeah.
Why
little
did you say it
wren.
like that?
Yeah, that's what they are.
Blue tit.
Blue
I mean,
tit.
a crow isn't that much bigger than a blue tit. It's probably like twice the size.
Yeah, but if you
A robin. Crows are massive.
Penguin.
what about a murder of crows?
Penguin. Now we're talking.
Can it swallow an ostrich? I think
Exactly.
is the.
Emperor penguin.
So yeah.
Can it swallow a pterodactyl?
Oof.
The P is no longer silent.
Just
So
aside.
it swallows birds whole anyway,
Okay.
and it's also really hairy.
Right.
Ah.
Allegedly, so a really hairy snake worm thing doesn't sound fun.
Ew.
Hairy
yeah.
worm.
Allegedly, one story from the past
Awesome.
I couldn't find any sort of time period for this other
One
than it happened at some
story.
point.
From the past,
Definitely
as
happened.
opposed to normal
Not
stories that
It's
are in the
somewhere out
future.
there.
Tales of a
Sometime
young
before
boy.
today.
A young boy who swears he saw a large serpent creature flying through the trees
Flying now.
ran home in a state of complete fear to tell others about this creature, and then the locals in his village came back and burnt down the forest to get rid of it.
There you go.
Can't help but feel like
Listen.
this is a
No.
this is all a ploy to get rid of the forest so they could build new builds on it.
No, see, I
saw a hairy flying worm.
I
Do you want to
see.
keep the woods there, or do you want some fucking persimmon homes on the plot?
No, they saw a problem and they executed a resolution.
Fucking rapid
Scorched
too.
earth.
One boy saw a hairy flying worm, and they were like, you know what, tank the lot.
100%.
There were still kids there,
Would
just
you
playing
wanna
inside.
meet a hairy worm? I know I wouldn't.
Hairy worm's
swallow
fine.
a
Hairy
bird.
flying worm. Unspecified sized bird.
I would burn the world.
Swallowing. Hairy worm. That flies. In the forest.
I don't think
Witnessed
they did
by
enough.
one boy.
I don't think they did enough. Just gonna say.
Has it been since?
That's the only site I could find.
They fucking
Yeah,
smashed
they-
it then, to
they
be
did.
fair.
They fucking
Innit? Bigfoot hunters, take note.
Just murder.
they
They
planned,
saw the problem.
they executed, they won. What
Exactly.
Done.
more do you want?
Flatline. No more sighting since. That is the hagworm. That's short and
Fuck
sweet for the last
hagworm,
one.
that's what I say. Me and my boys
Jeez.
hate the hagworm.
I mean, you've literally said, "Fuck the hagworm," but the child stealing little dog,
Yeah.
that's all right.
And the woman stalking sexual assaulter, jumping jack.
Sexual-
No, he
I
took her.
like-
He got up to her and he took her clothes off
He did
I
kiss her
like
face as well.
and kissed her
Blue
face
fire.
in this little gimp suit.
That's
I
all right
like
because Jordan likes
it.
Time Splitters 3, so it's all right.
Let it slide
Picture
then.
Perfect is a fucking great game.
So those are the three cryptids from the northwest of England that I have found today.
Goated.
There aren't that many in the northwest, is what I learned.
Well,
Didn't need
actually,
to be
there's
because
only
they
really two.
get shit done.
Yeah.
There's only
Why-
really two because one of them originated in London. So
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, and there's actually only one because the other one was Sin and is now dead. So
Jesus, one still stands.
what a legend!
I love it. I fucking love it.
Why are you so passionate? I've never seen you so excited about anything in your
I'm
life.
fired up.
I love it. I fucking love it.
It's the greatest, one of the
That's
greatest
passion.
stories I've heard. It is. They're like,
More
there's
footwork.
an issue here. I'm going to burn a fucking forest to the ground.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
because one kid said he saw it.
That was essentially
He
the
was
plot of
probably
Avatar,
quite-
wasn't it?
Quite convincing then, wasn't he? Probably quite scared.
Jesus.
True.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you got to do.
it's true.
Defend your local kids.
I mean, that is kind of a societal standard, Scott.
Defend your local kid.
Setting the bar quite low here.
Any of them outside your neighbourhood?
Fuck them.
That's it. I
Fuck
will
them
protect
kids.
all children of Norfolk, but go over that border, it's a free for all.
Jesus. Well, here we
Anyway.
are.
Let it linger. No,
Just end the pod. Don't even say goodbye.
See ya. That's it.